And we're live on Zoom now, on YouTube as well. Okay, so we're going to start with a lovely meditation this morning. So I recommend laying down, putting a blanket on, just making sure that you feel cozy and comfortable. And this is one of my favorite meditations by Louianne Davis. I will link the book in my description afterwards. So if you haven't already, softly closing the eyes. And I recommend having the palms facing up, fingers curling in. Allow the ankles to roll out. Maybe even lifting the head. Allow the spine to grow long and then placing it back down. Opening the jaw and closing it again softly. And checking in with the eyelids. Making sure that you're not scrunching them. They're just gently closed. Taking an inhale in through the nose. And a sigh out through the mouth. This breath is a sign of our meditation starting. While focusing your attention on whatever you choose as an anchor for this meditation, aim for your attention to be steady, gentle, and curious. So your anchor could be the breath, could be an image, a feeling, anything that you need to when you want to feel like you want to ground yourself or you become distracted. First, bring your mind to an image of a tree. It could be a tree that you've seen in your travels, one you see every day, or an imaginary tree. Imagine fully taking it in using your sense of sight. Notice all the shapes, colors, and textures that you can see. Now combine an image of the tree with an image of you sitting right next to it. Now imagine yourself as the tree. Imagine your feet planted in the ground like roots. These roots extend deep into the earth to bring water and nutrients to the tree. What does it feel like to be solidly rooted to the earth? Imagine your torso, arms, and legs as the trunk of the tree. Strong, solid. Imagine your head as the branches that make up the crown of the tree, ascending to the sky. Your leaves breathe in what you need and breathe out what you no longer need. The tree changes with the changing seasons and conditions. Adapting in this way is key to the tree's survival. In the summer, the tree's branches are full of vibrant green leaves that absorb energy from the sun. The leaves are an important part of the tree's food factory. In the autumn, the tree prepares for winter by shutting down the food factory in the leaves. The leaves produce a riot of colour before they shed. no longer needed. During the winter, the tree goes dormant. Sunlight less plentiful, and the tree must survive months of cold weather, rain, snow, ice, and wind. When spring comes, food production restarts as the tree leaves out and may bloom. Seeds scatter so new trees can grow. Throughout all these changes, the tree provides shelter and food for other life forms, just as we humans help others in our own unique ways. The tree must be strong but flexible. If the tree is not able to sway and bend with the wind, it will break and be destroyed. Conditions are always changing for the tree, just as they change for humans. And like the tree, we must always change in order to survive as conditions change. Change is the only thing we can be sure of in life. This is hopeful fact of life. It means as long as we are flexible, we always have the possibility of change and growth. Continue with this image of yourself as a strong and flexible tree, anchored in the sensations of breathing in and breathing out. Observe other body sensations, emotions, thoughts, and memories. Let them come in and go, like a light breeze passing through your branches. Whenever you're lost in a body sensation, emotion, memory, turn your focus back to breathing in and breathing out. Got 5 final breaths here. In and out through the nose. Taking a little body scan from the tips of the toes to the crown of the head. Noticing any sensations, emotions, perhaps tension. And rather than changing anything, just observing. Bringing awareness to each body part in turn. And then setting an affirmation for the rest of our practice, usually starting with I am in the present tense. For example, I am calm, or I am loved, something that resonates with you that you can remind and anchor yourself throughout the rest of our practice this morning and maybe today. Repeat it in your mind's eye 3 times now. And then when you're ready, we're going to continue lying down for a little bit, which is quite nice. But we're just going to blink the eyelids open. And then find a nice spot on the ceiling when you can keep your eyes on. Start to take the head side to side, just with a small range of motion. If you're shaking your head, no, but keep the eyes on that fixed point. So on Tuesdays, we work a little bit on our vestibular system, which is our inner ear. If we don't use our vestibular system, all the fluids in the inner ear can get quite viscose, and it just means that it's not working properly and can send our body into this threat state where it stops us doing things. It can give us sickness, dizziness, pain, lots of different outputs that aren't so nice. Remembering that you can come down to this first example at any point. Maybe you're beginning to move the range of motion a bit bigger now. And if you feel like, yeah, I feel good with this, let's get a bit more wild, then bring the eyes with the head side to side. And for me, I get really bad motion sickness. So I struggle with these, but I notice a difference when I do them. I notice an improved, I don't get as bad motion sick in the car when I do these before. So I think this is really interesting because estrogen also affects the dynamics of your inner ear. So maybe if you feel like moving the eyes with the head feels okay, then you're welcome to go to the next level, which is closing the eyes and moving the head side to side. So at any point you can come down to the first variation or the second variation. So first variation, eyes on a point. Second variation, eyes with head. Third variation, we've got eyes closed. I think I mixed them up a little bit last week. Keep the breath slow. And it's funny because there's actually only 2 fears that you're born with. So all other fears are learned apart from these 2 fears. And one of them is falling and the other one is loud noises. And funny enough, they're both linked to your inner ear. So you definitely want that working well. Okay, when you're ready, we're going to come up to a seated position. So you might roll to one side gently, then push yourself up. Remember, this can be any seated position of your choice. I'm going to go for kneeling, but just make sure you feel stable. Might keep the blanket on your legs because it's a bit chilly. Okay, so again, eyes on a fixed point, taking the head side to side. Again, starting slow with a small range of motion, and then slowly building that up to either faster, and then maybe a larger range of motion. When you've got that, try nodding. So we're going up and down this time rather than just side to side. And then eyes moving with the head, again, starting side to side. So eyes follow the same direction of the head. Making sure you're doing the shaking of the head and the nodding if you're doing eyes moving with the head. Lovely. And then final round seated, eyes closed, shaking the head, and eventually nodding. But remember, if you feel any symptoms, then just regress, just take it back a step. You want your body to feel safe in these positions. Lovely. And then final one seated, we're going to draw an infinity symbol with the tip of our nose. So choose an option again with the eyes either focused on something in front, eyes moving with the head, or final option, eyes closed. We're trying to draw the biggest infinity symbol that we can, the tip of the nose, in any of those options. So if your eyes are moving with the head, you're also getting some visual stimulation there, working the range of motion of the eyes. Perfect. We've got 3 more breaths here, and make sure you do both directions, switching now if you haven't already. Perfect. And then once you've done that, we're going to come up to standing. So I recommend not using your hands. It's always good. Otherwise, we rely on our hands too much to help push us up to standing. But you can always use your hands, not a big deal. Okay. So I want you to bring the feet together, remembering that you can take them apart anytime for a larger base of support. But if you can bring the feet together, make sure you've got room to your sides and give me a finger gun. So we want to bring index fingers pointing out, rest of the fingers in. And we're just going to go side to side, kind of working out range of motion here. So whereabouts do your fingers line up to? So you want to warm up a bit. So you're doing a few first, so we don't get our full stretch. And then be like, okay, this is about as far as I can go, line up to something in the room. Yeah, this is about as far as I can go on the other side. And once you've made a mental note of that, shake out, keep the legs exactly where they are. And I want you to close the eyes. We're going to do a sharp movement. To keep the breath slow, hands by your side if you can. Roll the shoulders back and down. So feel like a nice tall posture to begin with. And then when you're ready, you can go straight up to the sky. 3, 2, 1, go. Keep the eyes closed. And you might feel a swaying motion, a slight wobble. And then in 3, 2, 1, we're going to do chin to chest. 3, 2, 1, down. Lovely. Remember, you can open your eyes at any point. Not so strict. And then we're going to do chin to center. 3, 2, 1, up. Chin to right side. 3, 2, 1, go. So you want a nice, snappy, fast movement. Back to center in 3, 2, 1. Left side, 3, 2, 1. Back to center, 3, 2, 1. Upper right corner, 3, 2, 1. Bottom left corner, 3, 2, 1. Back to center, 3, 2, 1. Upper other corner, 3, 2, 1. Lower right corner, 3, 2, 1. Back to center. And we're going to repeat one more time. 3, 2, 1, up. Down, 3, 2, 1. Center, 3, 2, 1. Side, 3, 2, 1. Other side, 3, 2, 1. Center, 3, 2, 1. Upper right corner, 3, 2, 1. Bottom left corner, 3, 2, 1. Center, 3, 2, 1. Upper left, 3, 2, 1. Lower right, 3, 2, 1. Back to center, 3, 2, 1. Gently open the eyes and retest. So we're bringing our hands back into finger guns, arms extended, take your twist. Notice if there was any difference this morning. And if there is a difference, let me know in chat boxes on Instagram, comment, or if you're on YouTube Live. Give me a thumbs up, middle, or thumbs down if you noticed any differences. Rachel, was there any luck there? Your hands are above the camera. No difference today. Okay. Start with some movement now. So we're coming into our movement part of our yoga practice this morning. So we're going to start at the top of the mat. Lovely. Inhale, circle arms up, look up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. We're going to stay in the halfway lift for a few breaths. So I always like to imagine a weight on my lower back and I'm pressing up against it. My feet are pressing into the ground and keeping stable here. One more breath. Exhale, fold. Round the back, chin to chest, roll the way up to standing. Super slow, shoulders and head comes up last. Lovely. When you get to the top, inhale, circle arms up, look up. Exhale, swan dive down, take your fold. Hinging from the hips, keeping hips high. Inhale, halfway lift, look ahead. Exhale, fold. Again, rounding back, chin to chest. Slowly roll all the way up to standing. Press the feet into the ground. Lovely. Roll the shoulders back and down. Last time. Inhale, circle arms up, look up. Exhale, fold down. Inhale, halfway lift, look ahead. Exhale, fold. Inhale, round, roll all the way up to standing. When we roll up, we're actually getting a bit into the sciatic nerves there. Doing a little bit of a neural floss. Shoulders and head come up last again. Perfect. Inhale, circle arms up. Get palms to meet. Exhale, come onto tippy toes, reach as high as you can. Let's test your balance a little bit. See if we can lift left toes off the ground. Staying on right tippy toes. This is a difficult one. And switch. Left tippy toes down. Right toes lift up. Even if it's just hovering for a quick millisecond. And toes back down. Heels come down. Keep arms up. Step left foot back. High lunge. Bring the hands onto the hips. Bring them onto those hip bones. Guiding the hips to face the front of the mat. Imagining that tailbone is facing down to the ground. Knee is coming forward and slightly imagine it pressing out rather than collapsing in. And then we reach arms up to the sky, trying to get shoulders to touch the earlobe. Lovely. Arms are facing each other. You're welcome to bring palms together if you prefer, or have them apart. Exhale, we're going to open up into warrior two. So that back heel is now going to drop down. Opening the arms, the hips are opening to the side. We're looking towards front fingertips. Perfect. Making sure that knee isn't dropping in, that front knee is pressing out to the side. And even back kneecap is working hard here as we straighten the back leg. And we're going to reverse it. So the back hand is going to come down, front hand reaches up towards the sky and then maybe slightly back. But rib cage is facing down, we're not flaring the ribs here. Maybe looking up towards top hand. Breathe into the rib cage. 3, 2, and 1. Back to our warrior two. Legs stay the same, arms open wide. Spread the fingertips wide so we keep the arms nice and active. Then on the inhale, we're going to straighten the leg. Arms reach up to the sky, palms meet. Exhale, we're going to open back into that warrior two. Perfect. Inhale up. Exhale down. 3 more times. Inhale up. Exhale back down. Twice more in your own time. Follow your breath. Imagine you're moving in a swimming pool full of honey and there's a lot of resistance and it's quite hard to do that. Perfect. And staying in your warrior two for 1 breath. Coming back to our high lunge, lift off back heel, arms reach up. And we're going to feel energized now. We're going to lean over that front leg, trying to get our torso, back leg and arms all in one line. Look towards the top of the mat. Palms face each other. We're here for 3. Don't lean on the leg. We're just leaning over it. 2, press into the front foot. And 1, step left foot next to right foot, chair pose. Bring hands on hips, tailbone faces down, reach the arms back up. Check in on the knees. Are they stacking over big toes? Can you bring them back a bit? 3, 2, and 1. Fold, hips up to the sky. Maybe you want to take a ragdoll pose, grabbing opposite elbows, swaying down for a second. We've got 2 breaths here. This is an energizing flow. Didn't expect this, but the yoga gods obviously wanted this morning. 1 more breath. If you're holding onto elbows, gently release them now. And then super slowly, Rounding back, chin to chest, roll all the way up to standing. Reach the arms up to the sky when you get to standing. Palms meet. We're going to step right toes back, high lunge. Straight away, bring the hands onto hip bones, setting ourselves up to feel stable and strong. And focus even on what is the back leg doing? Is it straight? Is it working hard? We don't need to go until the full extent of the pose for our muscles to be active and strong. Lovely. When you feel ready, reach those arms back up to the sky. Palms face each other. Again, shoulders trying to tickle the earlobe. Exhale, warrior two. Back heel comes down, open the arm. And we're not trying to lean too far forwards in a warrior two. We're trying to keep shoulders over the hips. So it's kind of that little tuck of the hips where it feels like we're doing a little thrust. Maybe a Beyonce or Shakira move. And then again, legs are super strong. Imagine thighs pulling up and towards each other. My arms reach out to opposite directions. Last breath. And we've got reverse warrior. So that back hand comes down, front hand up and back. We're rotating the pinky edge of the finger in to get that internal rotation. Legs don't change. So often we begin to straighten that front knee, but we want to keep bending into it. Chest is proud as it reaches up to the sky. Maybe eyes are on top fingertips. For 3. Breathing into ribs for 2. And 1, warrior two. Open the arms. Flip the palms to face up. Inhale, we straighten the knee. Arms reach up. Palms meet. Exhale, we open back out. Palms face down. Inhale, palms up. Reach up. Exhale, warrior two. So last 3, follow your own breath. Knowing that this can feel like quite a luxurious movement. Strong, but we're moving the whole body here. Getting strong in our joints, building flexibility, and also a little bit of mobility in the arms. When you finish, we stay in that warrior two for a moment. Perfect. Again, arms reaching out as much as they can. Back thigh is working hard. And then we come into our high lunge. So we lift off back heel, hips face forwards, reach the arms up. And without even thinking about it, we're going to lean forward. Back leg, torso, arms, all in one line, fingertips, reach forward, lean, lean, lean. Go on, Rachel. Go on, everyone on Instagram and YouTube. 3, 2, and 1. Step straight into your chair pose, feet side by side, maybe hip width distance. Hands on hips, tailbone faces down, reach the arms back up. Check to see you can see those big toes. Step back a little bit further. 3, 2, and 1. Fold, hips up to the sky. Allow the head and shoulders to come down. Again, maybe grabbing opposite elbow, swaying side to side. Perhaps reminding yourself of that affirmation or intention if you made one at the beginning. One more breath here. And then chin to chest, round the back, roll all the way up. Again, shoulders and head come up last. We'll take one final breath together. Inhale, circle arms up, look up. Exhale, hands to prayer, center of the chest. Bowing to one another as a sign of gratitude for our yoga practice, each other, and our community. Thank you all so much for joining me. Thank you everyone on Instagram. I hope to see you either tonight in our class or tomorrow at 7 a.m. And thank you everyone on YouTube who joined. Again,